here, the Frugal Crafter. I got a question about my watercolor cards, how I cut them down, and also how I tear down my larger sheets of watercolor paper for use in tutorials and whatnot. Well, for the first thing, I don't make my own watercolor cards. I buy them pre-done, and this is a fairly new box that I just bought. There's 100 cards in here and envelopes, and so the cards look like this. They're just scored. They're kind of like, I would say 10 by 7, and then you fold them in half, this little score line, and it comes with envelopes, and they're about 26 cents a piece. I think the box of 100 is $25.99 at Blick right now. That's and that's what I get. So I get 100 cards right there for that price, and that's more convenient and I think cheaper than tearing it down myself. And for my little watercolor travel kit, which I've shared before, I actually just got a little postcard pack from Blick too, which was a couple bucks, just because they're kind of fun and handy to have. But I tear down my watercolor paper and I just put it in there and bring my little koi travel set when I go to the beach, and it works out really well. And then there's one that I started that I had to leave the beach early and couldn't finish, but you know, I've got that there, and that is you know, all compact and ready to go. So I'm going to show you how I tear down my paper so that I can put it in my baggie and go, and also get a variety of different sizes and get a deckled edge on the paper. So I've got a couple sheets of paper here. I've got this, I think this is Waterford paper, and I begin by folding it in half, and this is a very thick paper, so I kind of want to crease it down pretty well. And then I like to use a yardstick, and I prefer the metal edged ones, and you can get them at the hardware store. And then I just tear it. Now I might leave one piece this large if I think I might want to do a painting on that. But I do have more of this paper, so I'm going to tear both of these in half. I find this quarter sheet size to be very useful for in the studio paintings. It's about 11 by 15, I'd say. So I'll set that aside, and then I'll tear this one down even smaller. So fold it in half. And I tear it down. Just make sure your table is nice and clean and your yardstick is clean before you begin, so you don't get smudges on your paper. And so now what I would do is I would fold these in half. Now if I was going to make like a little travel book, I might do a bunch that are these like 8th size sheets, and just kind of bind them together with just some like just loose rings, kind of from the office supply store. That's kind of nice. Or even just put them in my file folders. I'll store torn down papers like that in my just a regular file folder in my filing cabinet, and then I just write on the file folder what brand of paper it is. And so when I just need like a small piece, I just run to the file cabinet and look there first before I tear down another sheet. But I really like this size too, and I like half of that size. So that's pretty much how I tear down my watercolor paper. This piece that I have under here is a sheet of Aquarius, which is very smooth and has a little synthetic content, so it doesn't buckle, and it's a lighter weight paper. So it's also kind of fun to work on as well. But I think after seeing me tear down the sheet, you pretty much get the gist. So to recap, I buy my watercolor cards. I either get the Strathmore or the Canson brand. They both work really well. They're inexpensive. And then for my other papers, I just tear them down to the size I want, and then put them right in my little baggie so that they can go on my travels with me. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And as always, happy crafting.